So I've come back to Nando's to see if the huge update that just dropped for the PlayStation Portal finally works here, as public Wi-Fi authentication should now be possible using a QR code, so let's find out. Let's dive straight in, and there are 3 key areas in this huge update. The first being is that we now have the option to display the remaining battery life percentage on the status bar. We can see here on the old 2.0.6 update that this was just not possible. There was nowhere in settings that allowed this for some very strange reason, as this must be the only consumer electronics device we own where displaying the actual percentage instead of some very vague battery bars just wasn't an option. I was checking all day yesterday, which was Wednesday, when it was scheduled to arrive, but it wasn't until this morning that it finally became available. So now when we have updated, which just takes a few minutes, we can head into settings. There is now a brand new battery section. We can now set the show battery percentage to on. And yes, we finally, after 7 long months of the Portal being released, we can now finally have a battery percentage. Wow, thank you Sony for this. Key area 2 that got a nice upgrade is that we now have new visual feedback to the touchpad areas. We can see here on 2.0.6 before the update that pressing the virtual touchpad just didn't show any visual sign at all that we had touched or swiped, which really wasn't too great. And now after the update, when we press on it, we now have some really nice new effects that are displayed on the screen, which really do add a super nice touch to know exactly which area of the virtual touchpad that we have pressed or swiped on. And finally, after 7 months, that even though Sony do still recommend the Portal is used in our homes, public Wi-Fi networks that require sign-in screens such as those found in hotels, cafes, restaurants like Nando's here, and airports can now be used thanks to a QR code displayed on the Portal, and then we can scan with our smartphone. Let's not forget that this Wi-Fi network away from home needs to be at least 5 megabits per second, and really 15 is recommended. And in the fine print it states that public networks that use 5 gigahertz are not supported for some reason. And it was at this point that made me think that we may still run into problems at Nando's. My PS5 console is connected via Ethernet to my router, and we'll be in rest mode. So let's put my Portal in my nice Dobby case and head out on our adventure to Nando's. So we have arrived at our destination, and I must admit that I'm a little bit nervous about this, as the last time I tried this 7 months ago, way back in November, in this vid that's got almost 90,000 views now, thanks to you awesome viewers. Obviously it just would not work at all. So I'm really hopeful that we can finally play on our Portals on public Wi-Fi. Oh wow, Nando's really is my favourite restaurant here in the UK. The peri chicken just melts in the mouth, the peri salted chips are just so delicious, and the rice just has so much flavour. Hey, if you've got a Nando's near you where you live, then let us know in the comments what your favourite meal is here. Oh my goodness, that was incredible, and I am stuffed. That was more finger licking good than even KFC, and there's no way I can eat anything else. Ooh, unlimited ice cream. Okay, enough with the frivolities, let's get down to business. I've connected my iPhone to the Nando's Wi-Fi, I've done a speed test, and we've got 45 download and almost 48 upload, so things are looking good. I've selected the free Nando's Wi-Fi on the Portal, and it didn't connect on the first attempt for some reason. I forgot the network, tried again, and still no luck on the second attempt. Third attempt, and nope, nothing. Fourth attempt, and still nothing. I was starting to feel really disheartened now, but I tried restarting. Fifth attempt now after the restart, and no, still not happening. Sixth attempt, and by this point I was starting to think that maybe the Nando's Wi-Fi uses that 5 gigahertz signal, so even with this new update it would still not be possible, and no, not connecting. Okay, I'll restart again, and on the 7th attempt, surely it will do it now, and no, still nothing. So frustrating. At this point, I very nearly gave up, but I thought I'd try an 8th and final time, and yes, it finally worked. I don't know why it took 8 attempts, but here is the QR code that this new update brings. I scanned it with my iPhone, clicked the link and pressed join, and nothing happened. I scanned a second time, pressed join and still nothing. Scanned a third time, pressed join and still nothing. Okay, starting to get a little frustrated now. Scanned a fifth time, pressed join and yes, finally the prompt came up on my iPhone. I pressed connect and it flashed up connected to Nando's free Wi-Fi on the portal. Yes! For some reason it asked me to sign out of my PS account and then sign back in. This is the moment of truth, and after about a minute of waiting it says something went wrong. No! Okay, attempt number 2, please work, and yes, it has worked. Now finally, after 7 months of owning my portal, we can now play on public Wi-Fis that I know will save many of us a lot in 4G and 5G mobile data costs. First impressions are that this feels super responsive in the menu, so let's test out some games. So the first game we'll test out is the awesome EA Sports FC24. This new Euro 2024 update is so good, so let's see how it holds up on public Wi-Fi.
By the keeper, that we can say. Can he find the net? A truly magnificent start.
Wow, I must say that this is working so much better than I thought it would. The controls really do feel very responsive. FC24 is one of those games that visual quality wise, it does struggle a bit on the portal at home anyway due to the smaller footballers on screen. But honestly, this feels like I'm literally playing it at home. Really great first impressions. Next is one of my favourite ever platformers, even though it's got a short running time, which is Astrobot's Playroom. Wow, again, super impressed with this. As we can see, I wouldn't say it has absolutely zero stutters, but it is very smooth, very playable. And I'm just baffled by the portal, you know, because so many elements are frustrating, like we have to upgrade our router, whatever that I covered in this vid, and also that we can't use our own Bluetooth earphones like my AirPod Pros that really frustrate me. But then on the other hand, there are two things that keep drawing me back to the portal. One is this gorgeous 8-inch full HD display, which is such a nice size for gaming on. And number 2 is the DualSense controllers, that when playing a game that fully take advantage of them like Astro's Playroom, then the portal truly does make us feel like we're playing on a true next-gen remote play device. Next, let's test a first-person shooter that will really test its lag in the excellent RoboCop Rogue City during an intense shootout. Again, the lag was very minimal. I managed to get those headshots pretty easily, and I'd definitely play this away from home. And finally, let's test out a really tricky platforming section I can't get past in one of the most addictive games I've ever played, called Animal Well. This really is just like I'm playing it at home. Visual fidelity is so great, and most importantly, there is barely any noticeable lag or stutters. So overall, even though for some reason it did take a while to connect to the QR code and then to the PS5 console at home, it really is so surreal to now finally be able to play our portal public Wi-Fis. Like I say, I'm absolutely baffled by the portal. It's a handheld that still seems super popular, and it is really hard to get hold of one. So let us know in the comments your experiences with it. Do you love gaming on it, or is it just too much of a frustrating experience for you? Also, let us know how you're finding connecting to public Wi-Fis with this brand new update in the comments. And as a thank you for watching this far, I'd love to share this awesome quote. Your life is a result of your choices. If you don't like your life, it's time to make some better choices. It's so easy to forget that if we're deeply unhappy in a job, in a friendship, in a relationship, that we have the power to change our situation by making better choices. So stay encouraged today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. I appreciate every single one of you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.